Are you preparing for the CPC exam and feeling confused with ICD guidelines? In today's video, we are diving into 5 must-know ICD guidelines that frequently appear on the CPC exam. From HIV coding to STEMI versus NSTEMI, I'll break down each one with simple explanations, easy-to-remember rules, and real-world coding scenarios. Also, let's make this interactive. Drop your doubts in the comments as we go through the video. 1. HIV coding guidelines, B20 versus Z21, always code based on diagnosis. Alright, let's start with HIV coding, which is an absolute must-know for the CPC exam. Here's the golden rule. HIV disease is always coded as B20 when the provider confirms that the patient has AIDS or an HIV-related illness. Now, what about patients who are HIV positive but show no symptoms? In that case, you code Z21, asymptomatic HIV status. Example, if a patient's chart states HIV positive or known HIV without any symptoms or related conditions, you use Z21. But here's something to watch out for. If a patient with Z21 later develops an HIV-related illness, you must update the code to B20 going forward. 2. Neoplasm guidelines, primary versus secondary cancer. And this is one area where many CPC exam takers make mistakes. The key rule? You must always code the primary malignancy first, followed by any secondary, metastatic, sites. For example, if a patient has breast cancer that has spread to the lungs, your first code C50.911, breast cancer, right side, and then C78.00, secondary lung cancer. But here's a common trick question. If the primary cancer has been completely removed but the patient still has metastasis, you do not code the original cancer anymore. Instead, use a personal history code, Z85XX, for the removed cancer and code the metastatic site separately. This is a classic CPC exam scenario, so make sure you get this right. Next up, 3. Sequela codes, burns and stroke, CVA. Now let's talk about sequela coding, which covers the long-term effects of a past condition. Burn sequela. If a patient has a burn-related complication, like a contracture or scar, you code the effect first, followed by the original burn code with the 7th character, S, for sequela. Example, L90.5, scar condition, plus T24.319S, past 3rd degree burn. Stroke, CVA, sequela. If a patient has paralysis, speech difficulties, or weakness due to a past stroke, you code the residual effect first and then use an I69, X sequela code. Example, a patient with right-sided hemiplegia due to a previous stroke I69.351, hemiplegia following cerebral infarction. Quick tip, sequela codes never use A or D as a 7th character, always S. Next guideline is 4. STEMI versus NSTEMI, the more severe form always matters. Now let's tackle one of the most confusing areas in ICD coding, STEMI versus NSTEMI. Here's the breakdown. STEMI, ST elevation myocardial infarction, is the more severe form of a heart attack and must always be coded as STEMI, I21.0, I21.3. NSTEMI, non-ST elevation MI, is coded as I21.4, but there's an important rule here. What if NSTEMI evolves into STEMI? Even though the patient originally had NSTEMI, once it progresses to STEMI, you must code STEMI. What if STEMI converts to NSTEMI due to treatment? Even if the STEMI changes into an NSTEMI due to medical intervention, you still code STEMI. So remember, STEMI is the more specific and severe form, and we always indicate it regardless of how the condition progresses. 5. Substance use, abuse, and dependence, the hierarchy rule. Finally, let's clear up one of the most confusing coding guidelines, substance use, abuse, and dependence. A lot of CPC exam questions try to trick you into coding multiple of these, but here's the hierarchy rule. If dependence is documented, you code only dependence, F1x.2x. If both abuse and dependence are mentioned, you code only dependence. If use and abuse are both mentioned, you code only abuse. Example scenarios, a patient with opioid abuse and opioid dependence, you code only dependence, F11.20. And that wraps up 5 must-know ICD-10 coding guidelines for your CPC exam. Comment below if you have any doubts. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching the video.